Hey everyone, DP Rises here, and I've been severely slacking on content creation. Again, just kind of trying to balance work, school, and another situation. And now that I'm out of school, and the other situation's kind of cooling down-ish, put this, I think I can get back into the swing of content creation, hopefully. Assuming that the whole personal situation is figuring itself out, which that takes a lot from me, but I digress. So, for today's video, we're talking about a good old former friend by the name of Kaz, or Kazychu, whatever you want to call him. You can call him Fat Cocksucker, I don't really care. So, he has since posed me a question on if I hate him. Now, instead of giving him just a simple yes or no, I felt I should sit down and explain my point of view. Now, to answer this, we'd have to wind the clock back to about a year ago, with the Chadville drama with Kaz that he probably very well remembers, since it's probably ingrained in his brain. He probably has very small PTSD flashbacks. But, in this, with the Chadville, he was kicked out for making fun of somebody's dead dad, who was noticeably discomforted about it, and calling somebody's 6-year-old little sister a slut. That's some pretty interesting, pretty set of interesting things there, Kaz. Now, after the fact, he issued out an apology, and then 2 days later on livestream, his friend just kind of pokes fun at it as if nothing happened, which kind of indicates that what Kaz was saying in that apology contradicts what their friend's saying. Now his friend, now it could be one of two situations. He feels remorseful, but his friend couldn't care, couldn't give a shit less. Or he said sorry, went to them, talked shit about it, and they both are in the same agreement, but he's trying to play all coy and stupid about it. Like I would never stoop to his level. He's just trying to get me in trouble on stream, as he always does, because if there's one thing I can tell you about Kaz in my personal time of working with him, he will say the most outlandish shit, like, privately to you and stuff, but once you get on that stream, you have to pretty much sit down and respect what he doesn't want you to say. Unless he's on your stream, then he'll gladly say whatever. For example, me and my friend Bassfish set it up a podcast with me, Sobes, Droid, and Kaz. And in this podcast, we were trying to have just a normal conversation podcast, and then the thing that always dreaded Kaz's mouth always just seeped straight to his lips, and he just couldn't bear not saying the words. Well, I'll tell you, starts with an N, ends with an R. And it was said time and time again. It was being shot off like a fucking automatic gun. Just every 2 seconds. Kaz is just like, ooh, I really gotta say it. But if you go on his stream and try to say anything of similar value... Oh, dude, can't say that. You're gonna get in trouble. He has to take the stream offline now. And he has to bitch about he's gonna be demonetized. But he'll do it on everyone else's stream, because who gives a shit if they get demonetized? It only really matters if he gets demonetized. But knowing Kaz, he was probably on the call with his friends being like, oh, the whole situation with Liz is so stupid. And they were talking shit about it. Then they both got into the stream. He started making jokes with her dead dad, and then he was like, oh, look at this guy trying to get my stream nuked. Look at this idiot. Because overall, Kaz really tries to put himself in a victim, sort of victimize himself a lot of the time. Anytime some big drama happens, he's got to find a way to link it back to his depression, or his mommy issues, or just something. Throughout it, he would just kind of try and act like Chadville was all against him, and like they were trying to dox him and kill him, when in reality they just thought he was a complete idiot. Like, I guess somehow some accusation of him being a pedophile came out after he called that 6-year-old a slut. which, I mean, I guess if you strawman it, you can make him seem like a pedophile, like how you could put it in a way where it's like, oh, well, a 6-year-old has no concept of sex, and he's saying she's a slut trying to groom or something. I don't fucking know. I guess if you stretch it, you can, and it works. That's not what I'm here to do. Honestly, anybody who thinks he's a pedophile for it's kind of fucking idiot. He's just really stupid. Maybe at most I'd say it's weird that he said that, but I wouldn't say in any way it was meant for any intimate acts between him and the child or anything pedophilic. It was just fucking stupid. And from my experience of people I asked, nobody even thought he was a pedophile either. So I don't know where this came from, if there is any history to it, or if Kaz just completely made it up to try and victimize himself, which is probably what happened. But if he has proof that somebody actually tried to call him a pedophile for it, well, I mean, they're stupid, but at the end of the day, one person's word doesn't match everybody's. So him trying to act like all of Chadville was saying it, as he claimed, was also kind of stupid. But Kaz will do as Kaz fucking does. And try to victimize himself in some form or fashion. And it's got to all link back to his depression or mommy issues or something. As you'll see through his Twitter feed. And this right here is one of my top reasons for why I don't fucking like this guy. It's always day in and day out how he's depressed and everything sucks. Anytime he has some big breakup, he's going to text all of Twitter, but not talk about what happened, just that it's all depressing. And, oh, I'm depressed again. Oh, I'm suicidal again. Oh, do you know how many times this guy has said he's going to kill himself and then didn't? Maybe he did. Maybe, like, he was on brink. I'm not gonna come out here and say that he's legitimately not suicidal in any form or fashion. I just find it odd that he's starting to do it like 4 different times and hasn't. But I'm gonna also counter that with saying that probably people talked him out of it. And I'd hope that, because this is not going to be any campaign piece for where he should just go out and fucking do it. If he does think like that, he should get help. It's very obvious with this whole situation. It's very obvious he needs to find help in some form or fashion. It is kind of funny that the last thing he tweeted before this breakup, assuming by the replies on his tweet that he's now depressed again on the 29th, just about a few days before, on the 26th, he tweeted, "I love lying to people. It's loads of fun. You should try it sometime." Just kind of pretty interesting tweet. I hate it when I'm scared of getting judged by people around me IRL for what I listen to or what I look up, because most of it is anime shit. Dude, he has tons of this shit that you could just sit here and mock all fucking day. Well, I mean, if you don't want to be judged for listening to only anime shit, maybe try branching out, listen to different stuff, watch different stuff. I don't fucking know. Like, for fuck's sake. Oh man, people might judge me because I like anime. Yeah, people judge you for just about anything. You know what? I mean, like, I've been judged for liking Sonic before. People will find just about anything to grill you for because they have their own insecurities they don't want to talk about. Like, boo-hoo, get the fuck over yourself. I have tons of shit plastered on my wall I'm wearing and shit that people can make fun of me for. Like, anime. I watch My Hero Academia. I'm a massive Sonic nerd. You know, there's tons of things I could be grilled for. There's tons of things you can be grilled for. There's tons of things everyone can be grilled for. You're not some fucking, like, big exception. Because you get some big old fucking insecurity because all you play is Sword Art Online all fucking day. My mentality is that of both a child and an adult. If you just remove the last part and it just reads, my mentality is that of a child, then you're completely on point. Kids be like, I hate my parents, they suck. Well, I'm over here with a reason to hate my parents. But how do we know you aren't like those said edgy kids you just referenced? I mean, you sound a lot like them with all your tweets that are crying about shit all the time. 13-year-old me and current me would have like 5 things in common. One of them would be being mentally deranged. Yeah, not like the edgy kids. I don't know, you sound a lot like those edgy kids. Now, what started this whole thing off all happened on the same day, which is May 30th. He added me on Twitter, just saying, collab? I didn't respond to him in a few minutes like he wanted, so he just went, I don't think DP likes me anymore. Crying emoji, crying emoji, crying emoji, crying emoji. Old bonds must be broken, I guess. It wasn't me being a complete douchebag during situations where I was supposed to be his friend. And then he privately DMs me just saying, I'm guessing you hate me. I mean, I think that's pretty apparent, you know, after you throwing me under the bus in multiple different ways during the Izzy situation, being a complete two-faced cocksucker. I think it's pretty apparent, you know, if I'm not talking to you, I'm probably either busy or just really don't fucking give a fuck what you have to say at all. If his Twitter isn't full of being an absolute weeb and crying about literally everything, it's full of empty promises. Such as when he said, this dream drama is so stupid, I feel like making a video about it, and I probably fucking will. Well then, why don't you fucking do it? Or how about May 30th, when he said, I'm going to try and not make a huge video, but a video nonetheless. And we still haven't seen that video. Kaz, you are the essence of a bitch. When you're in your commentary spectrum, you try to be the biggest, toughest character you can fucking muster up. But in reality, you are nothing more than a little bitch. Anytime you're criticized or called out for your shitty fucking actions, you try to act like you're sincere with your apologies, then people point out how insincere you are, then you try to play victim and make them look like the bad fucking person. As you've shown with the whole Chadville situation, it's all gotta be about how you're the victim at the end of the day. When in reality, it's everybody else who has to hear you speak more than a minute. That will about do it for this video. But before I go, Kaz, I have to make one request of you. Show the uncensored DMs, you fucking pussy.